Why are you trying?
Hi, everyone.
Look, she's trying to jack my stuff.
Yes, I'm here for Moto Monday.
She's hyped. I was outside. Hey, we're what up? What up? Where's my
Oh,
I can't see who's in here.
just gonna. Oh, we gotta push the mute here.
Oh, sorry.
We got people here. Hold on.
See, Mel was supposed to have this all set up, and she ain't got nothing.
No, this is still your job.
Brian, Adam, what up?
I got Brian.
What's
They
up,
made
guys?
it.
Yeah.
Thanks for making it
Yeah,
here
thanks.
early.
Yeah. We're bumping it up, and I know Brian knows why. Adam probably knows why too, huh? But it's because the Chiefs are coming on at 7:15, so Mel don't like to miss. And we got some friends coming over. What?
The Ravens, like Lamar Jackson versus Patrick
It's
Mahomes.
gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Hopefully win, because Lamar Jackson is good. Go Chiefs. But yeah, so, and our buddy Matt, you guys know Matt. Brian might have met Matt. He's been out at the track with us. He is up on the roof. Huh? Yeah, he comes on Moto Monday. He's up on the roof right now. That's where I was. I was outside. He just got here. So he's putting some gutter arts. He owns a roof company called Royal Roofing. And so he's putting some gutter guards on so I don't have to clean out all these gutters like I did last year 500 times because these leaves fall like crazy here in the Midwest. So getting the house hooked up, and then we're all going to hang out and watch the game together tonight. So we got a couple more people jumping in. We got Blake, Mayo, Jeff, what up? Yeah, he says, big fan, love your video. Thank you, dude. Big Jeff. Well, cool. Thanks for everybody being here. I was just saying, because I know it's last minute bump up on the time. We got Wes. There he is. Langston. I don't know if you guys ever... Oh, Big Fight just jumped in. So Wes, me and Wes shot before. I don't know if everybody has seen Wes. So he shoots photos and videos. And we need to get together. It's been way too long. I don't think we shot in at least 6 months, probably longer.
No, it's been like
I know it's been a long time. And he shot a lot of stuff for me and Mel when we on our ministry. It's been a minute, so we need to hook up with. Big Feist is in here, throwing down the right O as usual. Howard just jumped in. Brian, what up? What up? Yeah, thank you guys for being here. Yeah, I just saw a super chat from Adam. Little shout out. He says, sent my last $100 to my girlfriend in Miami. So here's $5. I love you. Well, thank you, Adam. Big shout out for the $5, supporting the page and everything we do here on Moto Mondays.
Mally just wants to say quick Moto Monday.
Mally's coming to the shop.
Oh.
The little girl. Say what up. Say what up.
Okay.
She's
You
pumped.
guys have fun.
Oh, sweet. And I just saw another super chat popped in from Dan Nicholson. All the way from New Zealand. Yeah, so $10. He says, hey, checked out your DMs. He says, hey, check your DMs from 2 weeks ago. I'd like to get you out here and ride some prime New Zealand dirt. Get everything to prime. I'll scroll through and see if I can find you in there. Sometimes there's so many comes in, and if I post something and people respond to it, that's how it gets hard to keep up with. But I'm gonna scroll back and check it out, see if I can find you. But that's how I fall behind on DMs all the time, because I don't catch it. I'd have to scroll super far to find stuff. So 2 weeks might be hard to find, but I definitely will look. And just, I actually been to New Zealand. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but I had a chance to go there, man, a long time ago with the guys from Krusty. I know Seth was with me on that trip. Bubba was there, and there was a freestyle dude from New Zealand that we hooked up when I can't remember his name, but you probably know Levi Sherwood. He's the #1 dude from New Zealand. That dude is bad. He's actually one of my favorite guys to watch. Super sick, super smooth. One of the best dudes in the world in freestyle, and he's from New Zealand. Anyway, New Zealand was sick. I loved it over there. Super green. I actually got the bungee jump for the first time there. Pretty cool. So let's see. We got a lot of people jumping here. We got ball bags in here. 37. He said, "Oh, you can just call me Robert." All right, we got Robert. That's too funny. He said, then we got Trent. And then Brian said some crazy storms. Yeah. So it was. If anybody here from the Midwest, it was pouring, but we needed it. It's funny that I say we needed it, because I live down in California. It didn't rain for 8 months, and then I come here. If it don't rain for like 2 weeks, you're like, why is it so dry? But it dumped yesterday. It was crazy storms, lightning, thunder. I actually like the lightning storms. I think they're pretty sweet. So, oh, Nick Franklin. So, Dan, yeah, exactly who. See, Dan saying Nick Franklin is who you met. He lives 2 minutes from Pound. Tell him I said, wow, I couldn't think of his name. That's exactly who we met up with. That dude was sick. So, been a long time since we got to ride with him. But give him some love. Tell him Faisst said what up. And, yeah, we got Monroe up in here. Well, sweet, dude. I'm glad so many people jumped in here because I was kind of wondering. I'm like, man, if I throw it an hour early, I didn't know how many people were going to still be at work. I didn't know how many people we would miss. But it looks like a lot of the guys that are in here every week are still here. So, pumped. All you guys. We got Mayo, 315. Sweet, sweet. Oh, wait, my thing just got jacked up. I was kind of right on point scrolling down. James. How do I say AKSHO72? How do I say that? 72. That's a nice name. Unique. I like that. Or is that maybe your nickname? And we got James. Yeah, Midwest. Akasho. And then we got Jason just rolled in. Well, sweet. Well, so what's been going down? We'll get it started here just because I feel like I've been jibber-jabbering sometimes. And I don't want to miss all the questions once we get started. But thank you guys for being here. We call this Moto Mondays. We do this every Monday. Every Monday night to those who are new. Oh, wrong one. Oh, let me try this again. Boom, there we go. Moto Monday nights every Monday night. 7 p.m. is usually our time here in the Central Time, but we're going an hour early. And then you can check me out, Ronnie Faisst. Find me on all my other pages. So how we do it, we throw up questions, but I always like to do a little update from week to week, kind of fill you guys in on what's been going down. Let's see. This week, to be honest with you, I honestly was working on the house. If you guys have been following the DM, I started working on my staircase and replacing all the little spindles, ballets, whatever you want to call them. So I kind of been like chipping away at that. Mel's in.
Sorry. You can keep talking
All right.
chipping away at this.
Yeah,
This is just really moving every time you touch this whole.
Right. She's doing some adjustments, but that's what I've been chipping away at that a little bit during the week. And then we finally got all the merch, got delivered, and we dropped it off at the screen printers today. So all the new RFMX stuff that I'm hoping is going to be all printed and ready to go in another week or so. But then obviously we're going to have to pretty much rebuild the whole website, take new photos, all the stuff, and kind of start over. So once we get that going, I think, what was the date I had picked? I had the 18th picked, I think, but I think I might be able to beat it and be sooner. So we'll keep you guys posted when all the new merch is on the site. But excited for that. And what else? We watched the races on last Saturday. Who was up there again? Cincerello? He crashed, though. Cincerello was looking good, and then he went down. Yeah, him and Marv went down. And then Tomac had the tradition of Tomac finally came back at the end on the second motos. First time, I was texting Big Faisst. I'm like, Tomac ain't got it no more. He's out this year. I'm like, he's off this year. And then sure enough, right after I said that, he came back and almost won the race, huh?
Yeah,
he caught Osborne at the end. So pretty cool to watch that. But I'm really...
Hampshire's crash.
Yeah, Hampshire's crash was gnarly. But I was actually, because Mel's been telling me how she likes Cincerello, and then I really started watching him this weekend because I've been like, I like Sexton. She don't like Sexton. She don't like his interview. She said, she's like, he's not humble. But I started watching Cincerello, and Cincerello is seriously he's on point with his style. He's got super good technique. He flows like he's probably him and Sexton are probably the two smoothest dudes out there in my opinion. So I really enjoyed watching him last couple weeks, just this past weekend. So anyways, but that's what's really been going down, and let's just get started so I don't miss anybody. But how we do it, if you got a question,
Oh my God.
We're down. Mally's over here licking my leg like crazy. Lucky Mel's here to fix the lighting. What happened?
I don't know.
There we go. I don't know why that light does that. Hey, no licks. No licks. So we throw up some question marks just so I'm going to scroll all the way to the top. If you got a question, just throw in the little question mark so I can kind of find you. And you can ask anything from moto, mostly moto. We try to
see, and just be gentle, because you remember when you push up, you see how that whole thing, so it makes us feel like we're gonna like.
All right, I'm gonna try to be gentle, but.
Are you gonna stay here with Dad?
Try to keep it moto related, but I'm down to answer any questions. So, here we go. I'm already seeing one right here. So, and if for some reason I scroll past your question and you see me farther down in the chat, and you're like, hey, miss me, throw it up again, because I don't like to miss someone. All right, so there's from KS. So KS is our girl from Australia. She's with us every week. So what up, KS? It says, how long did it take for Mel to become a church leader? Well, there you go. That's a Mel question. She's in the room. Come over here. Come jump in the shot. Answer your question.
Hi, KS. So I got crazy saved out of the motocross world when I was 23 years old. And about 4 months later, I already was like in an internship where they made us lead the high school ministry stuff. So I was kind of a church leader like really, really early on. So that's kind of how
she had a whole, her experience was like completely different than mine. She like left the motocross industry and jumped in with like, I'm gonna say radicals. She got thrown in with like the super hardcore group, like all in 100%. And I kind of, is that too loud? I saw it hitting the red. Is the volume already? I'm seeing it hitting the red.
I'll turn it down just a tad.
And then I kind of did the exact opposite. I stayed in the motocross industry and didn't have a whole lot of Christian friends, so different experience. Okay, take her. She's on lick mode.
Well, I'm trying to fix the camera.
Mel loves to teach. She was born to teach the word. Notice that. As soon as we start doing YouTube together, we'd sit on the video and she would just flow right through everything she had to say, and I would jibber jabber and stutter and get rabbit trail, and I'm like, my wife's way better at this than me. That's all good.
I'm
all right.
Switch things so you're not. Oops.
Oh, hey! Now she's banging stuff in here. Sorry. All right, so I'm seeing here we got Jeremy. Let's get Jeremy up here. It says, what are some good tips for going from 2 strokes to 4 strokes? Good tips going from 2 strokes to 4 strokes. All right, that's a good. And I'm assuming on moto. I mean, for freestyle, I'm gonna just give you. I mean, to be honest with you, I honestly think you're going to enjoy going from the 2 to the 4, because on the 2-stroke, you got to be busy. You got to be work. You got to keep it up in the RPMs. And look at Mel is messing everything up.
I'm going to have to move the
Get downstairs. She's just jagging the broom.
You keep messing up the camera.
Hey.
Take the dog.
So, I think you're going to enjoy it because the 2-stroke, you got to stay on it. And the 4-stroke, there's just that like, the tractor pull type of like where the motor just can track. You can get traction a lot better. What are you doing?
I'm sorry.
She is no idea why she's doing this. You just took up the whole shot.
It's fine. I'm gonna get it. It's gonna work.
So
it's gonna work.
I would just say get out there and just ride the thing, just cruise it and feel it. And then I think here's the deal, like you with the 4-stroke, you're not gonna have to play with that clutch as much as you did on the 2-stroke, because that was one thing. I had so much background on 2-strokes. When I went to the 4-stroke, I would always clutching it too much, because you can kind of roll into it in a corner and not necessarily have to touch the clutch until later on. You can kind of, because it 2-stroke, you need that clutch. Keep it right there before, so you can go and track through it, and then give it a little bit clutch towards the end. So I think you're gonna start to learn how to just use that 450 like that the way that motor and that it just tracks. It gets better traction. That's one thing I like about 4-strokes is it feels like it's easy to me. It feels like it's easier to ride. So I think you're gonna enjoy it, and you go back and ride 2-strokes after riding the 4, and you're like, these things are weak. No, I'm just kidding. They sound cool. All right, so it's AK show. How do I say that? It's just abbreviation. AK show. So it's AK show 72. All right, that's the homie. Oh, super chat.
It's the super jet.
Dude. B-Dub, my boy, he's in here with the super chat. Monday Feisst family. Oh, happy Monday, Feisst family. Thank you, dude. Always love from B-Dub, our homie. So much love, brother, and thank you for being here early again. B-Dub never misses a week. He's always here and always supporting. So much love to our brother B-Dub. And let's see, we got Dan. All right, so Dan B, what's up, brother? Dan came to one of my classes out in California, and we had a good time riding Paula. We were Fox Raceway together. So pumped you're on here with us. It says you're going to the FCA camp in a couple weeks. Tell us more. Yes. So, and I know there's spots open because they were just posting some stuff about it. So if anyone's interested, it is FCA is Fellowship Christian Athletes. And they do all types of sports, any type of sport you can do. But they do motocross camps, and I've been working with them on and off throughout my freestyle career. But now that I retired and moved to the Midwest, I've been going down to Oklahoma every year and doing a camp with them. So the original Oklahoma camp got pushed because of COVID. So it's going down October 9th and 10th. It's at Robbie Smith training facility. Now, Robbie Smith is a ex-pro rider, has a sick facility down in Oklahoma, runs tons of camps down there. He's a super good rider. And so it's going to be at his camp. Trey Kennard's coming down to coach. Robbie obviously will be there coaching. Myself, I'm not sure who else, but they normally have 5 to 6 coaches because the camps get pretty big. There'll be some, the ones I've done in the past, like 70 students. So they're pretty big, but they have enough coaches usually to split everything up. But the way it'll work, they'll break down the track. Every coach will get a zone, and you'll have a chance to work every single zone on the track with every single coach. So it's pretty cool. And plus, they're all about Jesus. So you'll have Bible time in the morning, small groups, prayer time. And then normally during lunch, someone shares a testimony. And then every evening, there's time of worship and time of the word. And then and however it's led, they do altar calls. Sometimes they do it at the end of the week, but a lot of times they'll do them every night depending on how the pastor feels led. So super cool experience, whether you're a believer or not. If you just want to come down and get some good coaching and you're open to hearing what the Bible has to say, come down and hang out with us. It's a good experience and just good people. And like Donita, who runs the class, is just amazing. And her husband actually used to race the Nationals with me way back in the 90s, Jimmy Pavoni. That's who she ended up marrying. So it's pretty cool that just to see them in a family, because I remember them from way back when. Privateer days. So come hang out with us if anybody's interested. It's going to be sweet. And KS, we got KS back up on here. So let's see what's going down. He says, what is the one song that makes you want what is the one song that makes me want to dance? I dance all the time. I don't got one song, but just give me something that I'm feeling and I'll start grooving. Ask Mel. She thinks I can't dance, but I can't. So none that I can think off the top of my head. What's that one song I sing all the time? Good times tonight. Something like that. I like oldies. Good times. Can't think of that song. It's halfway in my head. All right, let's get Anthony up here. He says, Ronnie, I raced last weekend, Friday and Saturday. Second class is on Sunday. By the time of my last moto on Sunday, I was so shot I couldn't even hold onto the bars. Can you ride too much without resting enough? Yeah, I definitely think there is a thing called overtraining. So for sure you can overdo it. And the thing is if you ride back-to-back race days and maybe you're just not even conditioned, and maybe it had nothing to do with overtraining, it just you're not really conditioned to race 2 days back-to-back. I'd be honest with you, if I try to do that right now, it'd be hard for me because I don't feel like I'm in the top condition. So motocross is so tough and it's so physical. You really have to work at your conditioning to be ready. So if that's something that you don't do week after week after week, your body's just probably not used to it. So you just probably weren't used to going hard for 2 days in a row. So by the time you got the second moto, the second day, you're just like, dude, I got nothing. And that's normal. So I think a lot of us could relate to feeling tired out there on the motocross track because it's so demanding. Such a hard sport. And not only my opinion, yes, training off the bike is awesome and it's going to help. But in my opinion, riding is the best training. Like if you want to condition yourself, you need to ride a lot. Ride every single day if you can. Obviously, it's hard for a lot of people, but 3 to 4 days a week, race on the weekend. And especially it depends how much you're racing on the weekend. But if I wasn't competing, or when I was competing, but I didn't have an event on the weekend, I rode 5 days a week, weekends off. I treated it like a normal job. But riding that every single day conditions your body to be able to deal with the abuse it takes. Because now that I don't do that, I'll go riding one day and then the next day, me and Brian were just laughing about that last week. He was like, yo, dude, I'm sore. And I'm like, me too. My knees hurt. How you feel it? Because your body is not used to taking that beating. So yeah, I would just say try to ride more and get in better condition so you can handle those 2-day events. They're tough. Because that's what I know. Like, here's the deal. I can go out and get on a road bike and cycle for an hour and not, like, no worries. But I can't get on my dirt bike and pin it for 30 minutes wide open. That's only half the time. That's how much harder moto is than training off the bike. Real seat time's the best. All right, so let's get, what was his name again? We're going to call him BB. BB37. I know you told me your name a couple minutes ago, and I forget already. Sorry, dude. We got BB37, and he said, who wins real moto this year? He said, who wins real moto this year? I like Hill. I think it already went to Raha. I think they already picked it. I think Raha won. I think Hill got second, to be honest with you, right? I know, because I remember I was thinking Vicky Golden was going to do really good. I don't know if you guys seen her video, but I thought it was pretty good. But I'm thinking it was, who else was up there? Who was the top three? I know almost 100% Raha won. And then I think Hill was second. Vicky, I think, was fourth, but there was someone in between. I can't remember who it was. You'd probably go to the X Games Instagram. They probably have it posted, the results. But Hill sick, definitely. Was it Axel? Was Axel in it this year? I can't remember. Man, my memory's terrible. It's like 2 weeks ago. Not even, it's like a week ago I saw that post. I can't remember. Sad. All right, I was just looking at V-Dubs. So V-Dubs talking about Mel's Instagram post. Chronological Bible. Yeah, there's... All right, here we go. Let's get Dan. Let's get Dan up here. All right, he says, in case you don't find my DM, when the border opens, I would like to get you to ride some of our local tracks. Flight, bike, accommodation supplied. Only thing to bring is some sunscreen. Dude, down with that. Sounds good to me, brother. Get that sunscreen popping. All right, so let's get Kyle up here. What up, Kyle? Again, just wanted to say hi to UML. Love what you're doing and your work for Christ. Got finally my 1998 KX252 track back from the shop. That's sweet, dude. That's a classic bike right there. The 98 KX250. That's sweet. Well, good, man. All right, he says, and by the way, wanted to say thank you for the information, whether to reuse my... Oh, yeah. So, yeah. Well, all right. I remember talking to you a couple weeks ago about the piston. Yep, for sure. Well, I hope... Oh, yeah. So, all right. Now it's all clicking now. So, you got your bike back. Well, good. I'm glad. I hope you were able to find that piston and ring that you were looking for. Oh, yeah, right here with a full rebuild. I needed to keep reading. Well, good, man. Pumped for you, Kyle. That bike's going to be ripping now. Make sure you break her in real nice. What up, big dog? We got Bird up in here. Big Bird. We got Mel. Celebrating good times. That's the song. Celebrating good times. That old one. Cool in the Gang. Or who sings that? All right, we got Curtis up in here. Big Curtis, my boy from out here. He says, "Are you going to Merwin this Saturday?" I'm putting it on the list because I want to go film there with the Andre, who I've been working with filming lately. So Thursday we're gonna go film some more how-to stuff, and I hit him up actually today because I saw them post that they were gonna be open. So I'm planning on being there, and Andre said he's gonna let me know. But as of right now, it looks like he has Saturday morning open. So I'm gonna be pumped. I'm gonna try to get him to come with me, and I want to bring he has a drone, and I want that drone to follow me through that straight rhythm section they have in the back. I've been wanting to do that since I moved here. I'm like, man, this would be sick if someone had a drone. So I had a couple times I was out there, I was trying to get people to drive next to me on like a golf cart and hold their phone and while I'm going and get a shot, but it never really worked out that good. So it'd be sweet to get a shot going there. So Merwin's one of our local tracks out here, and I think they're having a race this weekend. So looking forward. So maybe I'll see you out there, Curtis. Roll out. We got Big Bird here. So I found Fitz and some Big Bird found Fitz. Oh, right here, he's got a question right here. I'm seeing a question mark. So let's get Big Bird up here. He's got, so I found Fitzland and Temecula. If I pulled up while dudes were riding, you think they would let me session with them? I don't know, dude. I don't know. they probably like most people pull and watch. If you pull and watch, I don't know, but it's best to know someone than just to roll up. But I don't know. I don't want to tell you, yeah, and then people get mad at you. You know what I mean? So I don't know. All right, so we got KS Super Chat from our girl all the way in AU. She says, are you and your crew planning any future projects? Which crew? Me and Mel? Me and Twitch? Me and... Got a couple crews. Me and Big Feisst. Who we talking about? Local crew here in KC. All right, so I'm just thinking projects in general. I mean, I feel like you guys know a lot of what we going on because I tell you guys everything. So, I mean, right now, the main thing for just me and Mel is like, hey, let's get the RFMX merch in-house, and then we're doing Mark. So we're bringing Mark in-house, and Mark's going to take us a little bit more time. But that's our focus because we're already in October, and we want to have it up and going so it's available for all the holidays. So we're focusing on that, and so we're changing our, like, the RFMX is so small. Like, we already have that section of our basement turned over to a little mini warehouse, but now we have to get rid of where we're going to put Mark. We have to get rid of all this storage that we had in the storage room and turn that into the warehouse. So now we're in the process of cleaning that out, which is we're starting next week. So, and if you're talking about house projects, because they're like, I got a million projects, I'm almost done the handrails, and then I got to rip out the fireplace too. That's like the last project for me. So, but the goal as far like Mark's priority, we got to get RFMX going. We got to get Mark going. I'm gonna be finishing up the handrails probably tomorrow, and then the fireplace in between getting Mark going. Other than that, a couple trips. Like I said, I'm going to Oklahoma for a school. I got officially one more school here in the Midwest, November, I want to say 17th. I haven't posted the date yet, but it'll be up soon. And then I have to do an East Coast trip. So a lot going on. These last couple months are going to be crazy. But thanks for asking. And you're probably talking about house projects, huh? But yeah, I like to work on stuff. I'm the do it yourself guy. That's me. Like, if I can do it myself, I'm not hiring someone to do it. I'm doing it myself, saving the money. My dad, that's where I learned that from my dad. My dad don't pay no one to do nothing. He's starting to now because he's getting older. But all growing up, Big Feisst never paid no one to do nothing. He's the handyman of handymans. Built all of his houses, every house I grew up in, and even the house he lives in now. He built everything. He's a carpenter. He's a handyman. He can do anything. And I grew up watching that, and that's just how I am. I'm thankful that my dad taught me how to do stuff because I save a lot of money that I don't have to hire people to do jobs all the time. But I enjoy it. I like fixing up stuff. It's fun. So, shout out to Big Feisst for his handy skills, teaching his son how to fix stuff. Because Twitch can't fix nothing. I always laugh at him. He can't do nothing. Hires everybody for everything. Or Deegan. Those dudes aren't handy. They're just good riders. All right, here's a quick question. So we got Matt here, Matt Smith. Let's get Matty boy up here. He says, hey, quick question. I'm about 6'3", 185 pounds. I'm just wondering, am I intermediate guy? Did I read that right? And I'm just wondering, I'm an intermediate guy, and is a 254 stroke a good bike for me to race, or should I make the move to a 450? Man, I feel like people always ask me about the bike stuff. And it is personal preference. I mean, you're a big dude, 6'3", 185 pounds. I mean, you're definitely tall, 3 inches bigger than me. Got 15 pounds on me, so you're definitely a big guy. So I don't think you're definitely not too small for 450. And if you're an intermediate guy, you can definitely ride a 450. So it's personal preference. And when it comes down to it, so wait, you're on a 254 stroke. To be honest with you, I mean, if you're already on a 254 stroke and you're that big and you're intermediate, I would say you'd probably get on the 450 and just it's that much more bike, you'd probably enjoy it. So I'd say maybe, here's the deal. If the best thing is, do you know anyone where you can ride the bike? Because I don't want to tell someone, hey, go get the bike, and then they get it and they're like, oh man, I don't like this thing. And then now they got to go through getting rid of that and going back to what they have. If you know someone that has a 450, one of your boys, dude, so let me ride your bike. Let me burn a lap on it. And then you get a good idea if that's a good move for you. But as far as size-wise and where you're at riding, I think you would love a 450. So I know I did. Every time I bumped up, like just growing up, I was always like, oh my God, this is the best thing ever. When I went from 80s to 125, I was like, oh my God, this thing's way fast. I can jump everything. 125 to 250, 250 two-stroke to a 450 four-stroke is always like, oh my God. So I would assume everyone would enjoy, having more bike under them. It's fun. Tell us about so Mel's getting in here. Tell us about the wheelie video. All right, so who saw the wheelie video? What do you guys think? I was just giving some tips on how to get that front end up. And here's the deal. Like, some of the people were like, what do you need to learn how to wheelie for? I mean, some of them, even like some of our close friends, like, why are you teaching people how to wheelie? Like, dude, think about it. Like, you need to know how to wheelie. It's going to improve your riding. Like, if you're out on the motocross track and there's a big old soft spot on the track, I don't want to put my front end in that soft stuff and let my front end tuck and push me over the bars. I want to wheelie through it. Or if there's a bunch of choppy bumps, I'm wheeling through that stuff. Holes, I don't want to put my front end in that stuff. So if you don't know how to wheelie, you're going to stick your front end in it. And if you're in the woods and there's logs, river crossings, creek crossing, mud puddles, you know how to wheelie through that stuff. So learning slow wheelies is all technique. In my opinion, it's harder than fast ones, because fast ones you can just lean back and cheat it and let the motor do all the work and just hold it up as long as that motor's going. And then as it dies, why is it dying? Because you're running out of motor and it falls down. But a slow wheelie, to get it up and keep it there, throttle, clutch control, balance, technique with the rear brake, in my opinion, will teach you how to be a better rider, how to wheelie anytime you need. So I been practicing those since I was a little kid. I learned them when I went to motocross school. I went to Gary Bailey's motocross school, and the first day that we had, and it's like a 5-day camp there, 4 or 5 days you spend in Virginia. The very first day, all he had us doing was riding around with our finger on the clutch, front brake, arms up, legs in, standing up. You weren't allowed to sit down, and you had to ride rain ruts up and down these little hills. And if you touched your foot, you had to go to the back line. And then when we got done riding rain ruts, it was like slow wheelie, and you had to learn how to pick up the front end and just try. That's all we did the first day. So I think it's fundamentals. You can't get too good to practice fundamentals. So if you haven't seen the video, go check it out and give it a thumbs up if you're feeling it. And then this week's video is gonna be basic, because the way I want if someone finds my page and they're just getting started in moto, that there's, that's why we did the little setup, help them get their bars set up in the right spot. So there's helpful information for everyone, not just the advanced riders or people who've been around the sport, but we want to grow the sport. We want people to come in. We want to build the motocross industry. We want to help new people get on the dirt bikes and enjoy the same stuff that we enjoy. So I want to have basic videos that can help those people get the bike set up, their controls. And then this week is so basic. It's like, how do you ride a dirt bike? Here you go. Put in the clutch. This is how you get the clutch. Just get going. Because there's a whole lot of people who might want to get started that don't know. And what do people do when you don't know how to do something? You get on YouTube. I watched the video to do the spindles this week on the staircase. That's what you do. You get on YouTube and watch a video how to do it. So if we can have those type of videos, how-to videos, teach people right off the bat how to get going, how to just ride the dirt bike, and then next talk about basic body position, how to do wheelies, how to do corners, how to do jumps, and just have helpful tips and information for people. Okay, so we got Chase up here. So let's get Chase. This is my friend Patrick. Is 110 pounds and is about 5'4", and he has a CRF 150 and is itching for a new bike. He loves his 4-stroke, but has a great time ripping my KX85. What bike should he get? Man, I'm telling you, I always get these questions. It's hard for me to sometimes give you accurate questions on bikes. I'm like, good questions. These are definitely good questions. So I have Noah Shanks comes in my class, and he rides a 150. So I can picture what bike he's on right now, and then I obviously teach a lot of kids on 85s as well. So I'm like, okay, I definitely know what these two bikes. And he's 5'4". Well, he's not too little, 5'4", isn't it? 110 pounds. What bike should he get? Man, dude, I can't feel like I can give you a really good answer. I mean, what's his options? Is he thinking about, is he thinking he wants to go from a 150 to an 85? I mean, because his next bump up from a 150, in my opinion, is to go to a 250. If you got a 150, you can go to a 250. What about a 125 two-stroke? Like, what, if you're on a CR, if you're on a 4-stroke 150, but you're not ready for the 250, it's too big for you. What about going to the 125 2-stroke and riding that for a little bit? That could be an option. It could be a nice in-between bike. So if he's big enough, because I don't know if going from the I feel like the 150 is bigger than, I feel like Noah's bike looks bigger than the 85s. But they have those, what about the 85 big wheel, super mini? That could be an option too, if he's just getting a little bit too big, if that's why you're asking. So different options there. Maybe a 125, maybe a super mini. But I don't know about downsizing. I feel like the 80 looks smaller than that 150 in my opinion. If he's growing, that's why I'm saying that, because he's just going to outgrow it. So we got Adams here. So getting a little love from Adams, dropping it, showing love. Thank you. Every dollar matters. We appreciate it. We're going to put it right towards what we do. So much love for Adam for being here week after week. Appreciate. Oops, sorry, dude. Got you up there twice. So we got Jesse here. Let's get Jesse up in here. He says, "Hey, Ronnie and Mel, just wanted to say thank you both on inspiring me to be a better person and to enjoy life." All right, brother. Well, that is good, man. That's good to hear, man. You're welcome, and we hope that we can encourage people. That's why we do what we do. We want to love people. We want to encourage people. We want to help people get to where they want to go in life. That's what life's all about. You know what I mean? Helping others. It really is. Like, I would never have got to where I am had not people helped me. Had an awesome dad and had awesome people around me. And even when me and my dad were doing this, there was people that helped me and my dad, work on the bike and people to help me go to motocross school and teach me. So there was people helping me my whole life. I could name gazillion people that I could think of that helped me along the way. And and that's just, I want to be the same. I don't want to just be like, everybody give me, never give back. No, I want to give back. I want to help people. That's what we all should be doing. We all should be looking for places to teach, looking for places to give back and to disciple, to minister, to teach, whatever you have. You have something to offer somebody. So that's awesome. Oops, sorry. Got the same one up there twice. So I enjoy helping. We need people in our lives to get us where we need to go. That's the one thing. It's not a one-man deal, dude. It's not a one-man show. No one gets there on their own. I don't care. People who think they've done it on their own are just full of pride. It's not how it works in life. Someone's helped you along the way somehow. Let's be honest, man. All right. So we got Fernando in here. What's up, brother? He says, "What do you think about Suzuki not showing up to the shootout?" I didn't even know that. See, I need to step up my games. So to me, I didn't know about it, but I wouldn't think it's wise. Like, why wouldn't you show up to the shootout? You know what I mean? If you want to sell a bike and talk about what you have going on, you would probably want to be there. So probably not too smart, in my opinion, to not present your newest, latest equipment. So surprised that that's a really interesting that they didn't do that. They need to step it up. That's what they need to do. All right, says Jesse here. He says, "Ronnie and Mel just sent an email to your Ronnie and Mel website. Just checking to see if you both got it." Yeah, Jesse's been on here before. Yeah, we're gonna look it up. We're gonna look it up. Like I said, lots of emails, lots of DMs. So sometimes that's one thing. We try our best, but we're gonna be honest. It's hard to get back to everybody. But I'll look for you since I think you told me that before. So I want to double check, make sure I don't miss you, dude. I do remember you being in here multiple times. And us talking about sponsorships. So definitely going to be looking that out. Big Feist let's get Big Feist up here. This is Big Feist's favorite line. Righto. He says, "Do you have any plans of moving back to Cali?" Here we go. So let's get Smug 230 Fo. Do I have any plans to move back to Cali? Let me tell you, it's crossed my mind a million times because obviously I have tons of friends there. Obviously it's warm all year. I love that about Cali. It's a really good track. So it's obviously crossed my mind, but I don't know exactly what's going to happen. Here's the deal. It's so hard to say because I would love to get back on a piece of land and build a motocross track, do RFMX schools at my house. It'd be really hard to go back to California and get a big chunk of land again just because of the cost of having land in California. So we don't know what we're doing. We're here in the Midwest. We're going to stay here. We're here through the winter. We don't have no plans of taking off right now. And obviously, and we've been looking for houses on land here. We're open to whatever happens, but we just don't know right now. But it's definitely been a conversation with me and Mel for sure. And it's not that I miss California, because I see the post. California's getting way out of line. I don't agree with everything that's going on over there, but at the end of the day, I have some of the closest relationships there, so that's probably what I miss about California. Not necessarily California, other than the good weather and good motor tracks. It's just I miss my friends at the end of the day. And 20 years of memories with all those guys, and I get to see them every once in a while. So it's probably what I miss the most. And I still got some family out there. Brother's still there. All right, let's get Eric up here. He said, I watched your sermon last night on YouTube. Before that, I seen you and Deegan talking with PJ. So PJ's Pastor Josh. He's a pastor of mine from back in the day. He says, I don't if that was your first or not. You look nervous. I'm always nervous, dude. But you did great. So the one with Pastor Josh, that would have been, if it was anything that I did with Pastor Josh, and when me and Deegan did that with Pastor Josh, that was 2009. It was right after Luska passed away. If that's the one you're talking about. So I was definitely nervous. I'm always getting nervous. If someone asked me to come speak now, been a believer for a long time, I still get nervous. Part of life, anybody's like, get up on stage, it's like, get a little nervous, So, but thank you that I did great. And I'm glad. See, on point, the point what I needed. And that's what's cool. I don't know how God works it out. Sometimes you will just randomly find a message, click on, and it's exactly what you needed to hear. I feel like that's how God leads. But that's pretty cool you found that. But, and just to give Eric a heads up, if you want to check out more, I don't know if you found that on me and Mel's channel, if you just found that on YouTube. Me and my wife have a channel called Ronnie and Mel. Tons of stuff on the Christian faith. Have my testimony on there and all different other stuff. So if you want to learn more on that, go check it out. There's tons of stuff. Keep you on the path. All right, so we got let's get Lafferty up here. Here's my boy from back home. Rich Lafferty, Jersey boy, ripping it up. He's All right, so let's see. I'm scrolling down looking for... All right, sweet. So Jason's saying, like, did wheelie video, and I explained it well. Thank you. I want to get better at explaining things clearly. Price, you're awesome. Shout out from Idaho. Thank you, dude. Here, I think this is a question. Let me just pop this up. I think it is a question. I'm not 100% sure. It says, hi, Ronnie. With the recent news from Etnies Shoes partnering with Metal Militia again for a shoe model. I didn't even know that either. I don't scroll as much as I used to. I need to get back on there and see what's going down. We wonder what kind of money was being paid to Etnies moto athletes back in the height of FMX. I think here's the deal. Probably the way it works in the motocross industry, I would say this, not the way it works in the motocross industry. Every athlete's different. The bigger you are, the bigger following, the more wins, medals, podiums, the more bigger your deal is. It's just the way it works. So if you look at a guy like Deegan, huge deals. Guy like Twitch, huge deals. Guy like Nate Adams, pretty good deal. Guy like me, okay deal. And then it trickles down. So the bigger you are, the bigger your deal. So I don't know exactly how big deal, because I would assume Deegan, Twitch wrote for Etnies too. So Twitch and Deegan were both on Etnies. To be honest with you, I don't know exactly what they were getting paid from, but probably good. I guarantee you it could have been $100,000 for a shoe deal. But nowadays, things have shifted in the motocross. And I'm going to say motocross. In the freestyle industry, most guys are not signing those big deals for shoes. Here's the deal. It's really hard to get a gear deal for a freestyle guy, a goggle deal, a shoe deal, and a clothing deal. Back in the day, most top guys had an energy drink deal, a shoe deal, a sunglass goggle deal, a gear deal, and a clothing deal. 5 good deals. It's so hard to have that. Most guys are living off their energy drink deal, and all the other deals are either super puny or just some of them are just product, because the industry has shifted. It's tough. It's really a tough sport to make a good, I mean, you still can make a good living, but it's not like the golden years. So I'm grateful I hit it when I hit it. All right, let's see. All right, so I was just looking for some. Yeah, if you got to, make sure you guys throw out the questions because I don't want to think your questions is a comment and miss by it. So let's get Trent up here. He said, I still have my 1979 Yamaha MX 175 that I rode till I got my XR 600 when I was 14. He says, hey, Mel, I designed you guys a 6 t-shirt for t-shirt from Marked. How can I send you it? Email info@ronnieandmel.com. And here's the deal. I'm pumped that you did it. And if you're like a full-time graphic designer, we're looking for someone to help us design cool Christian designs for Marked. And I'm looking for people to help me design more RFMX stuff. So that is another need for just both brands, is to find a good graphic designer to come up with new cool designs for all next year. We want to keep dropping new stuff throughout the year next year. So info@ronnieandmel.com and we'll find it. So thank you for that, dude. I'm pumped. I can't wait to check it out. So Feist, here's Feist. Let's get Big Feist up here. He says, and you got hit with the stick when you sat down and took your finger off the clutch or front brake. That's true. I'm nice to my students. Ask Brian. I didn't hit him on the finger. Actually, Brian had his finger on the clutch, dude. I was watching Brian. He picked it up. He's a good listener. I did say that about you. You're a good listener and a fast learner. But I've noticed other students take their finger off the clutch, and my instructor used to get a stick and smack you on the hand if you took your finger off the clutch. I haven't did that to nobody yet. So maybe I need to step up my game. And he used to take your seat off too. If you sat down on the track, Gary barely take your seat off. Oh, Mel's coming in, I hear.
2 things.
Yeah.
One,
Trent?
Donated to our ministry, I think.
Oh yeah, I just see it right here. I was just getting into it. Let's get Trent up here. So Trent made a little donation to the ministry. I appreciate that. Thank you. We appreciate supporting. Ronnie and Mel Ministries is a 501c3, so we appreciate anybody that supports our ministry. And just know, anyone even supporting Marked, it goes directly into the nonprofit. So we appreciate everyone that supports. So if you support Mark, you're really supporting the ministry because they go together. So thank you for that.
And then this question from KS is kind of for both of us. She wanted both of us to answer.
Oh, KS. We'll get KS up here again. It says, how did you propose to Mel?
How did you propose?
I dropped a knee. We were in Washington, D.C. at this big gathering for believers. What was it called? Descent? No.
No.
It was called the, you remember?
Together.
Anyway, there was thousands and thousands, hundreds of thousands, huh? It was huge. It was giant. So you know where what is the big thing? What is that called? The Lincoln Memorial? Lincoln Monument? That big pole that's where the event was. As far as you could look across that thing, that's all you saw was people. But anyway, we were in there, and Mel I knew she wanted, I originally was planning on doing it at this park because I knew she liked trees and green, and the ring wasn't done in time, so I'm like, man, I can't do it while we were in Kansas City the last time I seen her.
And we were long distance, so it was hard to figure out when we were going to be in the same places because I lived in Kansas City, he lived in California.
So I was here in Kansas, no ring, so I'm like, okay, the park deal ain't going to work. So the next time I was going to see her was at this big event, and I'm thinking, man, we're in the city. I don't know the city. How am I going to find a park and some trees to propose? So it's kind of like this, trying to find the little vibe she wanted. So I just prayed. I said, Lord, find me some trees and lead me to a park so I can drop a knee. So I had the ring, told my buddy Ryan from the Whosoevers, and I said, when I drop a knee, I'm going to take my backpack off. That's my signal that I'm going down. Don't miss the photo, dude, because it's a one-time deal, all right?
His buddy with the iPhone.
Yeah, it was the iPhone. I didn't have no professional camera, no nothing. I didn't even know where I was going. I'm in a city, and everyone's been to Washington, D.C. There's bums everywhere. Like, it's not like, it's serious. It's not like a super clean city, or at least where we were. And I'm like, what the heck? I'm like, where is this going to happen? I had no clue. All I had was a prayer. So I prayed that God would lead me, and while we were walking, well, actually, we came out in the morning. She's like, here, let's go down to the event. I'm like, hey, let's just cruise down here. And she's like, no, I want to go to the event. So I had to be like, talk her into going on this quick little
I didn't
walk
want to
with
go
me.
sightseeing. I'm like, I didn't come here for that.
Yeah. So I had to talk her into coming on this quick walk with me so I could propose and then go to the event. But on the way, somehow we like passed this little like courtyard, and I like looked over all city streets and taxis and just city life, and I looked over and there's this green courtyard, and I'm like, that's it. So I like yanked her in there and dropped the bag and then dropped the knee, and my buddy, I wish we had a photo of it right now, but my buddy took this photo. It's crazy. I couldn't have planned this out myself. Took this photo of us, and it's in the middle of this courtyard, all green, trees everywhere. I'm down on one knee, and right in between me and Mel is this red like flowered bush directly in the middle of us. And we didn't, like, obviously we didn't know that when we dropped the name. We didn't know it until I saw the photo, and I looked at the photo and I'm like, dude, are you kidding me? I'm like, that's the Lord. Like, it was like the blood of Jesus covering us in the middle of us. That's how I viewed it. I mean, God speaks to me in all different types of ways, but I felt like the Lord was just saying, like, that he was with us, that he was behind it, and he was right in the middle of, because our whole relationship was built on Jesus, all through dating, all through everything. Even now, it's still the same. So anyway, that's how I did it, and I got a really cool picture. You probably can go to the, I don't know if you ever heard the love story.
Yeah.
When God, what's it called?
So,
when God writes
so
your love?
KS, if you wanna hear like our whole story, you can search on Google "When God Writes Your Love Story."
Yeah, check it out.
Or like just Ronnie. If you just search Ronnie and Mel, it's probably the first video that will come up. It's been viewed like more than 1 million times because it's just a cool story. So you can hear the whole story, and there is a picture of that in the thing.
Yep.
So
it was crazy. It was cool.
It was cool.
I couldn't have planned it out any better. It was the Lord.
Yeah.
All right, look, Big Feist says Trump was our first paid sponsor. It's true. I grew up in South Jersey, right outside Atlantic City, with all the casinos. Trump had a casino there, Trump Plaza. And Big Feist sent all the casinos a resume hoping to get a little bit of money to race. And not one of them even responded except for Donald Trump. He said it's $500, right, Feist? I believe so. Was it 500? Sent us $500, which for us, way back then when we were just getting started, was huge. And we thought that was cool. So Big Feist always brings that up. Donald Trump, first ever paid sponsor. There you go.
Just remember what time it is.
All right, we got.
There's lots of questions.
Yeah, we got 8 minutes. So I'm gonna hit and get on the gas right here. All right, so get it out. Have you rode the electric bikes like Josh Hill? I have not. Nate Adams used to ride them at my house all the time, but I never had a chance to ride it. If not, please do a video and do a backflip. Please and thank you. All right, I don't even have one. I don't even have access to ride one, so probably can't get that done for you, but I've seen Nate Adams flip them, and I've seen him do 360s on them at my house. So you can do whatever on those things. I think they're just as good. They just sound funny. I'm gonna say they don't sound as cool as the 450. He says, "Hey, Sick Channel, will you ever do a how to do a backflip video?" Maybe. I don't know. I honestly, because I do have a list. I've already made my how-to list. I have a list of freestyle tricks. I did not have that on there. Just the main reason I didn't have that on there, at the end of the day, I don't want to encourage a bunch of people to go do backflips that shouldn't. People get hurt because they're way harder than you think. And here's the deal. This is what I did for a living. In order for me to continue to compete at a top level, I had to learn that. If you're just riding for fun, you don't have to do a backflip. You don't really have to. And they're so high risk, you can just get really hurt. So I'm always, I get it. People want to have fun, but you got to balance it out. Is it worth it? Because if you don't make it, it's going to hurt. Trust me. And you don't want to get hurt worse than just a couple broken bones. Just, you know what I mean? So I don't know if I want to encourage two people, but I don't know. I'm up in the air about it. It's not on my list right now, I'll be honest with you. All right, says, what up? I'm interested in getting into the industry, and I'm 44. How many years do you think it would take to train and compete? So you're just getting started, and you're 44? I mean, to be honest with you, there's a beginner class. Like, you can get out there and start riding and go compete as soon as you want. So they have a class that's geared towards people just getting started. So it's really up to you. Is once you get going and ride, and if you're feeling comfortable and you want to go race, I'd say just that's the best way to learn is to do. So if it's a goal to go race, just and you can get around the track safely, regardless of how fast you are going. Doesn't matter if you can make it around the track. then and you want to go to a race, and just go sign up, and you're going to learn every single weekend. Every time you race, you're going to learn, and you'll get better. But if you're just getting started, I always recommend getting coaching. If you look up someone in your area, find someone that can help you get on the right track early, because it will help a ton. To get in the right position and do that from the beginning, rather than trying to learn the wrong way and then have to break bad habits. Way harder. All right. Oh, he says, all right, so we got Brock up here. He said, do you remember the 1985 film called Dirt Bike Kid? Yeah, I do. The Dirt Bike Kid, yeah. The little blonde haired dude with the glasses, right? The Dirt Bike Kid. Double front lights, I do. Watched it for sure. Right? That's the dude, right? That's what I'm thinking of. Reliance Church. Okay, that's the church. On the Kung Fu. I don't know. There's nothing coming up right there, because see what happens when you retire a moto. You're not really, like people, it's almost, I don't want to say they don't care about you, forget about you, but not too many people are interested in the retired freestyle guys. So no one's really hit me up to do anything. So all good. I don't take it personal. We got Moto on Mondays. I hang out with you guys. It's all good. We're doing it. Got Moto Mondays. We're pumping out content every week. It's all good. Make our own content. We ain't waiting on them. All right, so I'm trying to get everybody in here. I'll go a little late if I have to. It says Lauren here. He says, I like what kind of stuff you want design, what kind of merch. Here's the deal. This question take way too long to answer, because I want to give you details. So shoot me an email on info@ronniemail.com, and then let's go back and forth, and I can give you kind of some ideas. But super pumped. Let's do it. Because I could go on for a while there. I got ideas in my head. All right. In the pit bikes. All right. Okay, so we got Brock here. Are you in the pit bikes? So I have this little Pee Wee 50 in my garage, and that's all I got at the moment. And but I do like pit bikes, and if I ever get some land, I'm building a little mini bike track and get me a 110 and be ripping, because it's fun. I like riding anything. That's the thing. I like live in this neighborhood, and sometimes I just feel like getting on a bike and doing wheelies around the neighborhood, and I can't, because they're going to call the cops on me here. So if I had a little piece of land, a little mini bike track, I would just rip around. So actually, I got through the questions pretty quick. So yes, I love mini bikes. I just don't have a 110 at the moment. Well, cool. Well, let me see. Did I miss anybody's stuff? I know I went kind of fast. Oh, wait. It just had another one in Washington. Oh, yeah. So Big Five. I saw question marks. Big Five. So Big Five's talking about the prayer meeting. They did. That was a Billy Graham one. I saw that. So it basically looked just like that. But I think his was in front of the White House. Ours was in front of that. I think it's the Lincoln Monument or whatever it's called. So V-Dub building the Feist 26. So V-Dub, you got to get some pictures posted up for everybody. So V-Dub's doing a mini bike replica, Feist 26 replica, and it looks pretty sweet. He already sent me some pics. So make sure you post some pics so we all can see. Yeah, Monroe, thank you guys for being here. Yeah, we got a few minutes. But actually, I was rushing. Now I feel bad that I pinned it. I was trying to get everybody in. All right, here's another one here. Get Adam up here. It says, how could you let Nate Adams ride an electric bike and not let you ride? Dude, what the heck? I don't know. He used to come over. Yeah, like, to be honest with you, I don't know why. I've never even asked him to even ride it. It's so funny, huh? That's funny that I never did. Normally, I would ask people to ride a bike. But it looked like it ripped. He says, so we got 53. Belair here. He says, my sons love their CR125s are 2 strokes dead. I mean, I don't want to say they're dead. I mean, because most guys on 85s are on 2 strokes. But I definitely won't say they're dead, but I think the four strokes. Here's the deal. What's the pro? This is what I always look at. What are the pro classes ride? They're at 4 strokes. Why? All the technology is going into the new bikes, all the Honda, Cowie, Yamaha. They're putting all their focus on the four strokes, and that's what the teams are racing on. So in my opinion, they're going to have the most updated best bikes to ride, because that's what anything you see the teams racing on is a good indication of if the two strokes were a better bike, the race, they would probably be still racing two strokes. But I think the reason you see them on four strokes is because they're a little bit better. That's why I think four stroke wins. But there's a lot of diehard two stroke people that argue with me about that. They love their two strokes. Personal preference. There's nothing wrong with riding two strokes. All right, so this one last one. Let's get Betty here, last one, and then we'll wrap it up. Who do you think is going to win Thunder Valley in Colorado this weekend? That is a good question. I think that now that Tomac kind of got the cobwebs out this past weekend, I think Tomac's going to be back in the mix because he's kind of been off the last few weekends, but I think he's going to be back up there. But I think Cincerello's on fire. I mean, here's my three. I think it's going to be Osborne, Cincerello, and Tomac. I think those three guys are going to be up towards the front. So, but that's my picks. What do you think? All right, let's get Brock. We got one more. It's still 7. It says, what do you think, Brock? Oh, wait, sorry. What do you think, Brock Dungy? What do you think of Dungy coming out of retirement? I did hear about that. So, hey, I get it. It's hard retiring when you're an athlete. You miss it. So I totally get him, taking a year or two off and missing what he loves and wanting to come back and compete. So the dude's sick, So I think he'll still come back and do good. How good? I think we're all going to have to wait and see how that goes, but he's definitely got skills, and I totally can relate to missing competing. All right, so let's get Kyle up here. We got the super chat. He said, just wanted to figure out how to send a donation. Me and my pastor have been talking about starting a recovery group at a church. Do you have any tips? Recovery group at a church. What? Mel's in. Mel's coming in. Any tips on a recovery group at a church? Recovery from like a drug, alcohol addiction. That's what I'm thinking. Hey, I'd say it's a great idea. And just start it off. Get a little small group, get your pastor, get some other believers, and start praying and make an announcement about it and invite people. There's people that's what the church is. The church is a bunch of broken people that need the Lord, and they realize that. So put the word out. I'm sure people will start coming and have a chance to love on some people and minister to them. So I think it's a great idea.
And one thing that I'll add too, I think we've found this just with ministry is that a lot of times ministry isn't just the 2-hour church service or even like the 2-hour small group, but maybe you and your pastor start doing YouTube videos or social media videos, helping people overcome addiction, helping people, get a vision for their life, whatever the steps that people need to take in recovery. Like, use social media and YouTube because that can meet people right where they're at. Sometimes they won't come to church because they're hidden in shame and they don't want people to know. But when they're struggling at home, they're looking for something. So meet people where they're at. That's what we try to do. So
yeah, sweet. All right, guys. Well, thanks again for being here.
Signature graphics kit. Oh, no, it's just for Husqvarna's, right? Yeah,
right now it's just for Husqvarna, but I'm trying to figure out a way to get it available for all bikes. So if I can get the graphic company to make that decision, I will do a post and let you guys know. Because most of the people that wanted them didn't ride Huskies, and we're like, what's the point of having graphics if no one can buy them? Everybody rides a different bike. So hopefully we get that worked out. But anyway, thanks again for being here on Moto Monday. We'll be back next week at 7 p.m. Same time as always.
I came in this one, but it'll normally just be you. I was here tonight.
She loves being here. She's always here.
You guys are great. We love
All right,
you
man.
guys.
We love you guys. Much love. Have fun. Ride safe this week. Enjoy what you do, and we'll see you. Yeah, we're going to watch the Chief game. Peace out, guys.